All right, so the next one is from Quantum Communities. Subject is wrestling journalism and speaking out. Hey K100, big fan. I recently listened to reactions to the speaking out allegations from journalists like Meltzer, and they claim to be blindsided. Feels a little bit like if they're covering their asses post facto. Do you guys think that no one in journalism had heard whispers of this?
Come on.
When I listen to old shoots, especially now in retrospect, the ring rat stories are really gross. These guys like Meltzer seem like they had to know more than they've let on. Any thoughts on prior knowledge by the dirt sheets? Thanks, and Leo from Alaska. I have no clue. Coney could probably answer that better than me.
Real quick, if somebody like me, who until I did the show with you guys, I was just a fan and all that, had heard stories about different guys and how many of the girls they've slept with, or maybe they didn't treat girls that well, or drug stories, or this and that. If I heard that stuff and I'm just a fan, how could these guys that consider themselves the journalists pretend that they've never heard any stories of guys acting out or being overly aggressive with women or whatever? If fans have heard it, they had to have heard it. They're supposed to be the journalists.
Right. I think my position on this would be that I think a lot of these guys didn't want to say anything because they didn't want to get heat with the wrestlers, or maybe even get their ass whooped when they met them. Because that's, because you can ruin careers. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that now, if you consider yourself any sort of journalism, or if you're doing your job correctly, it behooves you to find out, interview people, witnesses, whatever, and help put the story out there for the people that are afraid to do it.
Well, it's like back in the day, maybe this is a part of it. Maybe it's you don't want to say or report certain things because you lose access, you lose sources. Like they say back in the day, the sports reporters that would be on the road with guys like Babe Ruth or, whoever, Mickey Mantle. They would never report on the kind of shit those guys were getting in because it would cross a line for them as reporters. It's different now. Everyone's scandals get reported. But back then, journalists, respected what the guys did on the road or whatever because they wanted access.
But still, wrestling's still kind of a closed society that kind of works in their own ecosystem where, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of get blackballed and get heat and, hey, let's nobody talk to this guy or work with this guy. You know what I'm saying? That can happen and has happened.